Morning students, I am here Miss Pratima, your science teacher. Today I am going to explain you the reaction of metals with the water. As we have already discussed in previous video lecture that how the metal like potassium, sodium, they are reacting with water. That means the reaction is so vigorous that they can even catch the fire. Okay, and they liberate what? Hydrogen gas. They form potassium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, and they release even the heat. That's why the reaction is considered as the exothermic reaction. Okay, next is how does the calcium react with water. So when the calcium react with water, it will also form calcium hydroxide, plus it will release hydrogen gas, but the reaction is not so violent. That is, it reacts with less speed as compared to the potassium and sodium. Okay, now what happened during the reaction? The calcium starts floating because the bubbles of hydrogen gas formed stick to the surface of metal. So during the reaction, what happened? It forms calcium hydroxide and it releases what? Hydrogen. And because of the formation of the bubbles of the hydrogen gas, the calcium gas stick to the metal. Understood? Next is magnesium does not react with cold water. Why? Because when any metal reacts with water, if it is reacting with cold or hot water, it shows that how reactive it is. If it is not reacting with cold water, let's see how it reacts with hot water and what does it form. That means it is less reactive as compared to the other metals. So it does not react with the cold water, it is reacting with the hot water, and it is forming what? Magnesium hydroxide and releasing hydrogen gas. And here also, like calcium, magnesium will also start floating due to the bubbles of hydrogen gas which is sticking to its surface. Understood, students? Next is metals like aluminum, iron and zinc do not react either with the cold or hot water. That means they are the least reactive metals as compared to calcium, magnesium, potassium and sodium. Okay, so they are reacting with what? They are reacting with the hot water. That means hot means what? Steam. That means it is a gaseous state. That means metals like aluminum, iron and zinc, as we said that it does not react with either cold water or hot water. That means it is reacting only with the steam, and you all know that steam is what? Gas, or it is in gaseous state. So after reaction also it will form the oxide and it will liberate out hydrogen gas. So reaction of aluminum with water, which is in gaseous state, that means it is a steam, it will release Al2O3, that means aluminum hydroxide, and it will liberate hydrogen gas. Okay, then next is Fe. Fe is what? Iron. When it is been reacting with the water which is in gaseous state, that means it is steam, it will form Fe3O4, that means iron oxide, and it will also liberate hydrogen gas. That means the reactivity of all the metals with water is different. That means few metals react vigorously, few metals react with less violence, and few neither react with the hot water or cold water. They are only reacting with the steam. Understood, students? Next topic that I am going to explain you, that is what happens when metals react with acids. We know that. Okay, so now we will learn the reaction of metals with the acids. Okay, reaction of metals with the acid. As we have studied this type of reaction in our previous class also. Means when the metal it is been reacting with the acid, what does it form? It is always forming the salt and releasing which gas? Hydrogen gas. Okay, students? But do you think all the metals they are reacting with the same manner? Means the manner they react with the acid. That means, for example, if we take sodium and potassium, do they react with the manner like magnesium, calcium? No, because the reactivity of different metals are different, and when they are reacting with the different type of acids, the speed or the reactivity of metals with the acid is different. Okay students, so whenever any metal it has been forming it has been reacting with the dilute acid, it is reacting with the dilute acid, what it will form? Salt and hydrogen gas. Here we will take few examples. We take magnesium. Magnesium is what? Metal. When it has been reacting with the HCl, HCl is what? Acid. So what does it form? It will form salt and hydrogen. That means reaction of magnesium with the HCl will result it into the formation of salt, which we called as a magnesium chloride. Okay, magnesium chloride. And which gas it will liberate? Hydrogen, as it is told already in the equation that whenever any metal is reacting with any acid, they will form the salt and they will liberate hydrogen gas. Okay. Second example we will take aluminium. What is the symbol of aluminium? Al. When aluminium is reacting with HCl, HCl is what? It is what? Acid. So when aluminium is reacting with HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, it will form AlCl3, aluminium chloride. And aluminium chloride is what? Salt. And along with that, it will also liberate the hydrogen gas. Clear? Then next example is zinc, Zn. When it is reacting with the HCl, HCl is what? Hydrochloric acid. It will also form ZnCl2, that is zinc chloride, and it will also liberate hydrogen gas. Okay, so like this we can understand that whenever any metal is reacting with the acids, it will always form the salt and it will liberate the hydrogen gas. Understood students? But here there is one equation given about HNO3, that is nitric acid. Okay, so the reaction of the magnesium, aluminium, zinc and iron with hydrochloric acid, as we have already discussed, then the hydrogen gas is not evolved when the metals reacting with nitric acid. As you all know that HNO3 is the nitric acid, and you know that it is very reactive acid. So whenever any metal is reacting with HNO3, that is the nitric acid, it will not evolve hydrogen gas. The reason is that HNO3 or nitric acid is strong oxidizing agent. So it will oxidize the hydrogen which is to be formed when it is been reacting with what? Acid. Understood? So it will oxidize the hydrogen produced to water and itself gets reduced to any of the nitric oxides. So during the reaction, HNO3 will not release any of hydrogen and it will oxidize the hydrogen which is supposed to be formed. Okay, and it will HNO3 itself will oxidize into, and maybe it will form Na2, NO or NO2 or N2O. Okay students, but magnesium and manganese react with very dilute HNO3 to evolve hydrogen gas, because magnesium and manganese, they are least reactive metals. Okay, and they will react with dilute, means where the concentration of HNO3 which contains more amount of water, then only it will evolve hydrogen gas. Okay, so students, here we have studied that the reactivity of different metal is different towards the different types of acids. Okay, and it is common, very common in all the cases, like when the metals react with any dilute acids, it will form salt and it will release out hydrogen gas. Next topic that I am explaining you, that is the reaction of metal with the solution of other metal salts. That means when the metal is reacting with any of the solution of metal salts, how they will react and what will they form, this we will learn now. Now when the metal, it will react with the solution, what will happen? The more reactive metals will displace the less reactive metals from their corresponding compounds in the solution or molten form. For example, if we take any example like zinc, when it is been reacting with the CuSO4, that is copper sulfate. Okay, so do you think zinc will displace the copper? Yes, because zinc is the more reactive metal as compared to the copper. So it will form what? ZnSO4, that is zinc sulfate, and it will displace what? Copper from its solution. Okay students, so here we should know that what are the metals which are more reactive, which are the metals which are less reactive, and when metal A is reacting with the salt solution of metal B, okay, what they form? Salt solution of A plus metal B. Okay, that means the display, which means more reactive metals will displace the less reactive metals from their compounds in the solution. That means if we have any metal and the solution of salt, in that case always the more reactive metals will displace the less reactive metals from the given solution. And what will they form? They will also form the salt, and they will displace the less reactive metals from the given salt solution. Understood? Okay. Now next topic that we will learn, that is about the reactivity series. Okay. Here we will learn that the arrangement of the metals. Okay. The arrangement of the metals in the metals in reactivity series according to decreasing activity. For example, here potassium, then sodium, then calcium, then magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, hydrogen, copper, then mercury, silver, then gold. So all these metals are being placed in the series, reactivity series, in order of their decreasing activities. Okay, that means if we look at the series, this potassium, sodium are very fast reacting metals. That means they will react instantly, immediately, whenever they will react with any of the substances. Okay students, whereas calcium, magnesium, they are less reactive as compared to potassium and sodium, but they will be more reactive as compared to aluminium and zinc. Okay, so you should know that which metals are highly reactive or most reactive metals. As you can see that through this arrow, all the metals which are kept on the top of the reactivity series, they will consider as the most reactive metal. Okay, whereas the metals like magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, these are the metals which have the reactivity intermediate between this one, most reactive and least reactive. That means they react with the given solution or whatever other acids are there, but they will react with less speed as compared to the most reactive metals. Okay, then coming to the metals which are placed down to the reactivity series, like below the hydrogen, what are the metals which are placed below the below the hydrogen? Copper, mercury, silver and gold. So they are considered as the least reactive metals. Understood student? So now I hope you all understood that why the different metals, when they are reacting with the different types of substances, for example along with the salt solution, along with the water, along with the acids, their extent of reactivity is different. This is because of their nature of reactivity. Understood students? Please do learn the metals in their order of reactivity. Okay.